What's up, guys? Chris Kane here to have a little tribute video and to talk a lot about one of the channels that influenced me a lot, not only as a person but as a YouTube channel. If it was any other channel, I probably wouldn't make a video like this, but for those of you who don't know this channel or not, this is Super Best Friends Play. This was a YouTube channel that I have been watching and has been such a big fan of their content since 2012, or whenever they first started making videos with Machinima, the Two Best Friends Play show. This news to me isn't particularly sad because they disbanded today. They announced a video today, although they probably have been feeling this way for a while and tried to stick with it for a while for the fans. But you know, it comes to a point where a lot of content creators, like, if they don't have fun creating videos, especially with this type of channel where they are always making content together, every once in a while, you know, some channels will just not feel the fun in it anymore, or they'd rather be doing something else with their lives to further their career, whether it be their business, their family, their new job. But in this particular case, you know, all three of these individuals who are were part of this channel, they're still making content. They're still live streaming. They all have side channels, which I enjoy. And to me personally, I always thought that was a lot of work. Like, a lot of them, you know, they're running, all three of them were running like two channels basically. Their main one, which got them started many years ago, and now they're making their solo stuff. So this particular news doesn't particularly shock me, although it has made a lot of people sad, and I wish them all the best. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the content that I enjoyed from them, what they inspired me, how they inspired me to create my YouTube channel. Because these guys had more of an influence than me than other starting channels back then, which consisted of, you know, PewDiePie, Yami Mash, Markiplier, and yeah, Two Best Friends Play. Even though it was a channel that was solely two people creating hilarious content for me, playing really awesome games, making fun of little details and stuff like that, and also playing really bad games, not only to show you guys how bad it was, but to make jokes of its expense, or all these inside stories they'd have, because Matt and Wooly, if I remember right, were game testers, and they would do videos on games that they actually helped test, and they always know these inside stories that made them hilarious. They always had these inside jokes, which if you weren't a fan, you weren't watching, or didn't hear the backstories, that you wouldn't get it, and it made things even more hilarious. And Pat, to me personally, everybody has their personal favorite. Pat, to me, was always my favorite person to listen to whenever there was any Let's Play with him involved. You know, it's just one of those things where I just feel like I related to him a lot, because he was just hilarious and always mad. Not to say that I was angry, but, like, you know, he always had these stories too about when he used to work at a grocery store. It's always got me, and he was just always hilarious, and he loved dumb moments in games and just dumb things about games, and just, you know, what are you talking about? This is normal. What are you doing? Like, you know, just it's hard to explain it if you guys haven't watched these guys before. But like I said, today they disbanded. They realized that working together was getting a little, I guess, too much. Like I said, we don't know the personal reasons for why they don't really feel like working together anymore. Wooly and Pat are still doing podcast stuff, which is good to hear, because podcasting is super fun. They got all these sponsors and all that stuff, so they might as well keep that going. And yeah, you know, like I said, they're older, they all have their loved ones, and two of them are getting married, and I couldn't wish for anything better for those guys. You know, they've built such an amazing fan base, and I always look forward to the videos, which I'm going to start talking about soon. But yeah, like I said, you know, these guys to me when they first started showed me how fun Let's Playing could be. You know, it didn't particularly, like, they showed a lot of variety, which is something that I tried to do for my channel. And for me in particular, I realized that variety is a good thing, but it also is kind of one of those things where if you do something that people like and then you try to keep the variety aspect going, you start doing something completely different, people are like, well, I watched you for this, so I'm not interested in this thing. But you know, if you have put in the time and the effort to keep the variety going, it ends up working out. But these guys would always deal in a huge variety of stuff, and I was always looking forward to a new Let's Play. And they would play games that they did shorts of and from machinima, like Disaster Day at Crisis, and I have to actually look through their channel to kind of remind me what they went through. But yeah, they play like new games, and I just knew that they were going to play them, like Dark Souls 3, Evil Within 2, all these weird games I've never heard of that I enjoyed, like Binary Domain, Disaster Day at Crisis. Oh man, the one time they played Final Fantasy X, I've never played Final Fantasy X. It was so enjoyable to watch them play it. You know, the idea behind when I was doing like mysterious videos was based off their Mystery Box series, which was an interesting idea. Yeah, man, they always tried the most unique stuff, and that's what always inspired me a lot. And it was so cool to watch them grow, because I remember listening to one of their it wasn't their first podcast, but they were guests on a podcast called Feng Shui, and I used to listen to it every once in a while, because that's when these guys were starting to really take off, and they realized that they could quit their depressing jobs and make YouTube their career and keep building on it. And Matt was a game tester, and Pat used to work at a grocery store, and they were so happy to be able to quit those jobs to pursue this one, which I was really, really glad to hear that, and I'll never really forget that, you know. And yeah, I was gonna say, like, all the stuff that it's funny, because like watching them throughout the years, in the beginning I was watching them figure out what worked for their channel. And you know, they started off by uploading once a day, and then they started doing 2 videos a day, which blew my mind. But you know, I guess they had all that time on their hands, and they had this job they'd have to focus on, their former jobs, and they started like all this really cool stuff. And you know, like I said, I wasn't really interested in a lot of the games that they played, but I would try it out, and it ends up their commentary alone would entertain you, even if the game they're playing really wasn't something that you were into. But I ended up loving it. Yeah, one of their first Let's Plays was Silent Hill Downpour, which actually no, the first one was Resident Evil 2, because Pat played it so much, and it was just fun to watch someone speed through a game that I've never really played for the PS1. But funny story for me was, like I said, I enjoyed their machinima videos. I look forward to them every Saturday or Sunday, whatever day of the week it was, once a week. And it was just hilarious. And they would upload bloopers to their other YouTube channel, which helped me find their actual channel. So I was there for when they first started uploading. And again, funny story, that when I got strep throat, it was the first time I ever had strep throat, and it's like your throat is swollen, and all I could do, I had no appetite, and I could only drink. And I was like bedridden basically for like a week. And it was around that time that I was just so bored, and all of a sudden, Two Best Friends Play were uploading Resident Evil 2 on their main channel, and I watched the first episode, and I was like, oh my god, they're actually doing Let's Plays. And it just entertained me throughout that process. And then when Resident Evil 2 ended, then they automatically were uploading a new one, Silent Hill Downpour, and then they were going from there. And then they started uploading every other day with a, or no, they upload every day, but every other day was a different series. They had like 3 series going on, and I was just like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Then they did the shitstorm of scariness, which I thought was just another Let's Play, but I didn't get it. But then I realized that I remember people were arguing in the comments. I remember when they played Call of Cthulhu, it was one of the funniest videos. If you guys want to check that out, Call of Cthulhu, a video from like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and people were like, "Where's part 2?" And they were like, "This is a one-shot." We're playing it for like a short, like we're just kind of featuring the game. And that's when I figured out what one-shots could be. You know, not necessarily a full Let's Play to commit to a long game, but just to play it, just to get your initial reactions to the beginning of the game as like a fun big video. And yeah, just like, and then they go from there and playing games like Heavy Rain. My God. Yeah, they were playing, Dark Souls 2. I enjoyed. I watched that a couple times with Pat and Wooly. Just like the idea of having someone play a game for a Let's Play that they've never played, but having someone in the room that has played it before, and just like that, I was really excited for playthroughs like that, because I knew that I wasn't watching a really newbie playthrough where somebody could be stuck somewhere for so long, because they barely really edited either, which was, you know, awesome, because they were so good at filling in the empty air with commentary, and especially like really boring games like what was Omicron. Like when they run out of things to say, they acknowledge it. It just becomes even funnier. You know, so like I said, when I talk about this stuff, like I said, I'm not sad. I'm actually really, really excited for them. You know, like I said, they're all getting older. We're all getting older. So they're in such a good place right now. And again, it is a shame, but it's a very mature way to go out to admit that, you know, it's just not fun anymore to work together. They don't want to force it. You know, that's not something you want to do. You know, a lot of solo channels, you know, when it's not fun anymore, whether they acknowledge it or not, they just can't create more content. And as a Let's Player who enjoys it for fun and not just for the money, although it feels good to get paid for the videos I do, and I'm very grateful for that, goes towards, you know, games that I'll play in the future. You know, as the more you do this, you realize what makes this fun, and you learn from past series what isn't fun, and you just kind of go from there. And hopefully you're not pigeonholed into doing certain content that you don't enjoy, and then when you try to stray from that, people don't really watch and whatever. But I'm not talking about myself. I still enjoy doing it. You know, I'm doing it my way, and like I said, I'm not doing this for the money and everything. Oh yeah, then they would do these like weeks of stuff, which was really cool. Like they always tried to give you really cool themed weeks and all this stuff. The Resident Evil, all the horror stuff. Everybody loved all the horror stuff. You know, people were always asking for horror, but they always made sure to not do it so much, and give you guys like unique content. Yeah, guys, if you just look through the playlists, and there's also a playlist in here with all the one-shots and the machinima episodes, and I just highly suggest you check that out too. But yeah, I can't be more excited for those guys. And you know, there's some stuff here that I definitely missed. And oh man, yeah, all the times where like they would play some like really long RPG or whatever, and people would be like upset that the 2 videos a day that they would upload would be one of them that people weren't watching because it just wasn't or no, it wasn't just that, but also if like they were playing like a brand new game, like they'd stick to their everyone's new episode every other day, and they'd be like, in all their playthroughs, they'd comment and be like, when's this? It's like, come on, guys. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, you know, these guys, they showed me how fun Let's Playing could be when done your own way. And the advice they gave on a podcast many years ago was, you know, not only do you have to be someone who's pretty talkative and interesting to listen to, like if you're kind of a quiet person, don't do this. Um, and also like learn to have fun and just stick with what you like. And but they taught me to like kind of branch out and try different things. And I, because of YouTube, I've been able to find a lot of more friends than I thought I would ever have with YouTube. And so I want to thank those guys for that. But yeah, it is a shame, but they definitely did handle it really well. Friday Night Fisticuffs was another cool thing. If you guys are into fighting games, they're like I said, for me, I'm not really interested in fighting games that much, and I would watch some of them if I kind of ran out of things to watch from them, because I watched all their videos. But like I said, their commentary alone on anything was amazing, and that was a skill that I wish I had. I try my best, but it's just really inspiring. And I just want those guys to know that I'm just kind of doing this just for my own reason. I don't intend for the. I would love for them to hear this, but they're getting enough messages as it is. But I want to let you guys let me know what was your favorite part about them, and in the description will be the links to all of their links. Their Twitch, all the stuff that they linked on their announcement video today. But yeah, I just, all of their like favorite stuff, like a lot of their old stuff I love, and they played games like God of War this year, which I enjoyed that. All these little things that I love about them. There's just so many to point out, but oh man, yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I don't think people should be sad. I think they should all be happy for them. Please don't send them messages to get back together. I know that's coming. I know it's gonna happen. But watch. But yeah, thank you to Super Best Friends Play. Pat, Matt, Wooly, Liam, and every other guest that they'd have, and just. It's definitely was inspiring to watch them grow as a channel over the years, and I listen to their podcasts every once in a while when I go for walks. Now that I have my new life, the military, I don't really have a need to walk a huge distance anymore to work listening to podcasts. But there were a few times where I was able to listen to some of their recent stuff. So I'm interested to see what they have going on now. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to make a little video to talk about them. Sometimes I ramble on a little bit. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. And I encourage you guys, because some people, they don't like to look at older videos. They like to just kind of stare at their feed and look for something to watch. But I suggest to go to any channel you love. Go to their channel. Go to, what is it? Not the search bar, but, oh no, when you go to videos, right? And sort by to like date oldest, and you can find content that you love from that creator, but really old. See where they start from. With Best Friends Play, it doesn't matter what year they did these videos, all of them are really, really good, and they have a huge variety of types of games, which is stuff that I try to build, and a lot of YouTubers should try to do. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy some of their videos. I have a friend who's doing a marathon of their shitstorm videos, so I'm going to join him for that. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Let me know what you liked about them, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.